and write the name of one person you took care of the most in the past 1 month. For all of us who do not have our mobile phones, you can just think about that person. Okay, so are we done here? How many of us have written the name of our parents or grandparents? Please raise your hands. Lovely. And how many of us have thought about our children or our partners? Please raise your hands. That's amazing. And how many of us here have thought about our own self? Please raise your hands. Wow, that's lovely. May we have a big round of applause for all of us who have thought about ourselves first. So let me share an interesting fact here. Being a part of many women's associations, I have noticed a unique trait among women. They love taking care of everybody around them. And that's an amazing thing, I must say. But somewhere down the line, they forget taking care of themselves. And see, it's very, very important to take care of ourselves as well, right? Because we cannot pour from an empty vessel. And I'm really glad to see all of us gathered here today because we have taken the first step towards loving ourselves. We have come here to know a little more about our health and improve it. As we gain more knowledge, definitely we improve it better, right? So what is health? Now, I'll ask all of you to close your eyes and think of a person who's very healthy. Mind you, please do not think of an obese person. By healthy, I mean somebody who's fit and strong. Okay, you can. Am I audible? Yes. Thank you. So you can open your eyes. Now tell me, what would be some qualities about this person that you have imagined? What is it that this person would be doing that makes this person so healthy? Can we have somebody pass the mic? Who would like to share? Please raise your hand. Some qualities that this person who's so healthy would be having. Yes. Can we pass the mic to that beautiful girl out there? Good morning.
It should be, the person should be smiling and be happy, and that's why they're making others happy and they're healthy.
Lovely. So you're speaking about mental health. That's definitely one of the very strong pillars of good health. Can we please hand her a goodie bag? Any other perspective? Anything else? Yes? Yeah. So I don't want to hear about mental health. I want to hear about something else.
Exercise.
Yes, definitely. Very good. That's the second pillar of health. A goodie bag for this handsome young lad, please. Any other perspective? Can we give this little girl from Lotus Valley a chance, please?
Eating a balanced diet.
Yes, of course. There's one more answer I am looking for. One goodie bag for her also, please. Who will give a reply to that? You can pass it to somebody at the back, right there.
Good morning. A characteristic in a healthy person can probably be good emotional health.
That's already been answered. Thank you so much. So I don't want to hear about emotional health. I don't want to hear about exercise. I don't want to hear answer, please. Listen. That comes under mental health. Okay, one last chance I'll be giving to that girl out there. Yeah.
Taking care of yourself.
Taking care of yourself again comes under mental health. So I'll not go further. If you ask me, there are 4 pillars of health, right? And all these 4 pillars need to work in tandem for us to enjoy robust and good health. We all have spoken about nutrition, exercise, and our emotional health. But we tend to forget the fourth and a very important pillar, which is sleep. So, now that we know about these 4 pillars of health, let us try and understand a little more about nutrition. So, what is nutrition? I think all of us have been taught this from the time we were very, very young, that nutrition comprises of having a well-balanced diet consistently, right? But I'm not going to get into the carbohydrates, proteins, fat, vitamins, minerals, things. I think we all know about that. But the key word here is consistency. So we cannot just think of, having a balanced diet one day and think that we'll get very good health the very next day. We need to be consistent with it, just like brushing our teeth. But somewhere down the line, we are not consistent. So what could be the reason? Is it due to lack of proper knowledge, or is it due to sheer laziness? So in case it is due to lack of proper knowledge, what if I break down the golden rules of eating into 4 simple rules, wherein it will be very easy for you to understand what is good for your body and what isn't, right? So there on the screen are the 4 simple rules of nutrition. The first and the foremost is to chew your food well, right? So let me share an interesting fact here. When I was a child, my daddy used to tell me, you've got 32 teeth in your mouth. Chew each bite for 32 times. And I used to be like very, very irritated with her. Yeah? Who has so much time in the world, every bite 32 times? No. But now that I have studied diet and nutrition in detail, I understand how intelligent she was. So our mouth has got salivary glands. And saliva is the first step towards digestion of food. The better we chew our food, the more the saliva is mixed with it and the easier it is digested. Needless to say, better digestion means better health. So listen to your nani and dadi and you chew your food like really, really well. The second most important point is that food needs to be wholesome and varied. By varied, I mean, of course, different food groups, right? Now I have seen, that many people are very scared of having fat. I keep telling my clients, have ghee. It is really good for your body. But these days, I see a lot of people are obsessed with being thin. And they just feel that, oh no, I can't have fat. Fat will make me fat. No, it's not like that. Fat doesn't make you fat. And it has got a lot of, fat is also highly needed by the body. One important thing is that the vitamins like A, D, E and K, these need fat to be absorbed by the body. And we all know how important vitamins and minerals are for our body, right? So, do have all the food groups in the required quantity. It is needed by your body, fearlessly, right? Another thing that I have noticed is something which is gaining a lot of fat these days, the keto diet. I think all of us are aware of that, wherein we just exclude the carbs. Carbs are the enemy. Not eat carbs. Carbs are just not needed by the body. Go for proteins, go for fats, and you'll be very strong. I'm sorry to say that. It is not sustainable in the long run, one. And definitely there will be some deficiency in your body and it will invite certain diseases or the other. So please have a varied diet, wholesome diet, and it is not required to think so much. Just have it in the right quantity and you're good to go, right? Then the food needs to be local. Why I emphasize so much on local food? Because it is fresh. And the fresher the food, the denser the nutrient content. So there is no nutrient loss there, and hence it is definitely better for your body. Now coming to the last and a very, very important point, be very conscious of what you're eating and eat as per your need, not your greed. In my capacity as a nutritionist, there is one question which I have been asked time and again. Nidhi, tell us how much food should we eat and what quantity is a good quantity, right? Now the quantity depends on a lot of factors. The first and the foremost is your basal metabolic rate, also the muscle in your body. Apart from that, the time of the day. So as per Ayurveda, the agni of the body or the digestive fire is different at different times of the day. And accordingly, we need to change the quantity of food. Also, the amount of exercise that you do. A sedentary person can can have a little lesser calories than a person who's very, very active. But as a general rule, I always tell my clients, listen to your body. And so now they are like, how can we listen to our body? It's not talking to us. I'm sorry to say, it does talk to you. But it gives you subtle signals. And to understand those signals, you need to pay attention to it. So we have a very beautiful relationship with food and our body. But we tend to abuse it at times, right? Now let me give you an example. Suppose you are out for a dinner date with your beloved. What would you do? Would you not give that person your complete attention? Or would you be, fiddling with your phone or thinking about something else or watching TV? No, right? Because इशारे तो हमारे पार्टनर्स भी हमें करते हैं, बट वो हमें समझ आ जाता है बिकॉज हम ध्यान देते हैं. बट हमारे बॉडी के इशारों को समझने के लिए भी हमें ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. So when we eat mindfully with full concentration, we'll be able to read the signal which our body gives us when it is full. So please stop when you are full. Another, I would not say thumb rule, I would say fist rule for eating food is that the size of your stomach is the size of your closed fist. So that is the quantity of food in one go which can be absorbed and digested easily. And just think about the quantity of food that we normally have, right? So here, less is more is the approach that we need to follow. So these are basically the 4 simple rules of nutrition. And if you, any food that you have, just run it through these 4 things and you will be good to go to understand whether it is good for you or not. Also, there are certain food which is not good for the body. In fact, there is a common term which is used, junk food. So either it is junk or it is food. It cannot be junk food, right? Now, the first and the foremost thing that I would like to talk about is sugar. I cannot talk enough about how harmful it is for the body. And here I'm talking about the refined sugar. I'm not talking about the raw, unprocessed forms of sugar. That's still good. But this causes a lot of problems in the body. Now, what is it? See, I think all of us know that our gut is the second brain that we have. And a major portion of our health actually depends on our gut health. And our gut houses billions and trillions of bacteria. But the bacteria is both good and bad. Now, I think needless to say, more the good bacteria, better our gut is balanced and better health we have. Now, the catchword here is that the food for bad bacteria is sugar. So what will happen if we have more sugar? The space in the gut is limited, so of course the bad bacteria will go up. What will happen? As a result, the good bacteria will go down and we'll have what is known as the imbalanced gut, which is actually the storehouse of all the diseases and discomfort. And sadly, it is rightly said that the gut is not Las Vegas. What happens in the gut doesn't stay in the gut. Your entire health depends on the health of your gut. So do take care of your gut and do avoid sugar. Here, I'd also like to mention that we are just done with the Diwali celebrations, right? And we love gifting, and sweets remain an all-time favorite. But think a little more about it and spread the sweetness through your loving gestures, through warmth, through love. If you really want to give, maybe you can gift some fruits, dry fruits, or homemade sweets, sweetened with jaggery, dates, honey, desi khan, So that way, somewhere we preserve our ancient knowledge also. Such amazing laddus and thingies, our grandmothers have handed us those recipes. Let us making those. Those are wholesome. Run it through those 4 rules, those are wholesome, those are local, those are fresh. So gift those. Make your knowledge, put your knowledge to good use. Apart from that, of course, I think we all know processed, packed, fried food definitely is not good for our body and it is best avoided. There is another saying about packed food. This is for the children. Jitna packet khulega, utna pet phulega. So we don't want a distended belly, right? We don't want it. So keep the packets closed and throw it in the bin. It is not good for you. I guess I have spoken a lot about food and which food is good for you, which is bad for you, and too much of information I guess has been shared and people are at a loss कि कैसे इसको put into practice करें, practically इसको कैसे वो करें, apply करें. So can we have the distribution of the diet plans, please? Please help me with the distribution of the diet plans. So how about I put it in the form of a simple diet plan which can be changed as per your lifestyle and your local preferences. So while these girls are handing you over the diet plan, you can go through it later also and ask me in case you would want me to elaborate anything further. Yeah, please. But here I would like to speak about the first box in the beginning. I think the people in the front row will be able to read through this projector also. The people in the back, I think they can refer to the diet plan. It's the same thing. So, see, what is the first meal that we are supposed to have? We need to understand here that our body has rested and in a way we have fasted for a good 8, 10, 12, sometimes even 16 hours. So what does that do to the body? Our absorption is at an all-time high. So the food that we take during this time tends to be absorbed the most by the body. So this is critical, right? So in case there is some medical condition in the body, some composition which will help you improve the medical condition comes in here. In case you want to improve the immunity levels of your body, maybe tulsi water you can go for. In case you want to detoxify your body, you can have something like a warm lemon water. And in case you are blessed with robust health and you're just too happy with the way you feel, warm lemon water also works. But make sure that the meal that you take during this time is definitely not tea, coffee or something which just makes your digestive system go for a toss. Don't do that. You deserve better. Then there is a mention of something which is known as oil pulling. Now, how many of us know what oil pulling is? Good? Very good. So I would like to educate all of us about it because it's an Ayurvedic practice. It's excellent for our oral health and in general, our health, right? So what we do is that we take 1 teaspoon of cold pressed coconut oil. The moment we wake up, before eating or drinking anything, we put it in our mouth and we swish it for a good 5-10 minutes and then we spit it out. What it does is that it completely cleans our oral cavity and since everything that we eat goes through our mouth, a clean mouth ensures good health. So do put it into practice. This will help you a lot. No. So it should be good quality, cold pressed, edible coconut oil, not the processed one. There are loads of good brands. In case anybody wants, they can reach out to me. Yes, you just put 1 teaspoon in your mouth. You swish it. जैसे हम कुल्ली करते हैं उसी तरीके से you just swishing it. And what will happen is that you will notice that by the time you spit it out, coconut oil which is colorless becomes white in color. So then you spit it out and then you go ahead and continue with your daily activities. Now coming to the breakfast. So basically breakfast should be something which is very wholesome. Don't go for something which is refined. So you can there are loads of options and some options have been given in the diet plan. Cook it the local way you are used to having. Again, I am one person who has parathas every day for breakfast. And I have a lot of clients sitting here who are, who know this about me. I love parathas and I also give parathas to my clients. Many people think that parathas are not good. But see, the way you have been brought up, your body is used to digesting that kind of food. So my body can digest parathas very, very well. Don't go for fancy stuff. So if you're not used to having quinoa, please don't have it. You know, you're used to having gehu ke parathe, paneer ke parathe, have it. There is a way to have it, there is a way to cook it. Come to me, I'll explain further, but enjoy your meals. Okay? Then coming to the mid-morning time, this is the time wherein our body needs some good fruits or vegetables. So your body gets an antioxidant boost during this time. Go for it. Then your lunch should be a complete desi lunch. Again, you know what you've been brought up having. A good example would be something like a khichdi, which is a complete meal in itself. But make sure that you do include some curd, which is a good source of probiotic, and achar, which is a good source of B12. I think not many of us know again that our nani and dadi were very, very intelligent. You know, the things that they fed us were actually very good for us. Okay? Now coming to the mid-evening time, a lot of my clients have complained that they feel hungry during this time. So this is the time to have some good quality protein. You can go for something like a sprout chart, maybe sattu water. If you are used to having eggs, maybe some eggs, maybe paneer, tofu, whatever. Have something rich in protein because that will save you from having a large dinner, which is actually not good because that is the time when your agni or the digestive fire slows down and you need to have lighter dinners to have a restful sleep. Okay? And ideally there should be at least a 3-hour gap between your last meal, that is your dinner, and your sleeping time because that is the time that your body needs to digest the food that is taken. Okay? So now, before I come to the next pillar of health, let me ask all of you, how did you sleep last night? Okay, but I do see a lot of fresh faces in the audience, and which is an indication. Right. So, but then feeling fresh is an indication of a well-rested body. That is where again we need to listen to our body signals. How much of sleep is good for the body? Again, some people ask me. So I say listen to your body. Some people, it is somewhere between say 6 to 8 hours. Mostly women need more sleep. We are conditioned that way, rightly said by Suchi ji at the beginning of the session, that we are a little different. Mostly women are overthinkers, so they need more rest. But according to medical journals, sleep deprivation reduces our immune system by a whopping 60 to 70%. You know, so obviously that invites diseases, discomfort, even extra weight to the body. So we need to sleep well. It's extremely important. And the second very important pillar of health, which all of us forgot right in the beginning when I asked the question about the 4 pillars of health. See, now, while some of us are blessed, I have an example here in my darling husband who just drops to the bed and he goes off to sleep and I can hear him snore, you know. But some of us are lesser mortals like me who keep thinking, you know. The moment I lie down on my bed, it feels as if today only I am going to write 10 books. Or maybe today only, you know, I'll improve all my relationships. Or I'll, find solution to all the problems. Why, Baba? बस वही नहीं करती जो उस वक्त करना होता है जो कि है नींद लेना और बाकी सब कुछ करना है ना सपनों में तो what do people like me do the lesser mortals I would say don't worry there are loads of things which can help you improve the quality of the sleep that you get few are mentioned there on the screen but I'd like to speak about 2 points here which have helped both me and my clients get better sleep. The first is the golden latte. Now, does anyone know what I'm talking about? What is the golden latte? Yes? So, it is, yes, of course, Jyoti, I hear you, and you are absolutely correct. It is something which originated in our India. It, has roamed the entire world and has come back to us. It is the good old haldi doodh, which again our dadi and nani have fed us since the time we were very, very small. So what does haldi ka doodh do? Why do we get good sleep after having haldi ka doodh? Is because haldi contains a component which is known as curcumin. Now curcumin cannot be absorbed in the absence of fat and black pepper. But the moment we combine it with milk, milk contains natural fat, so it becomes a magical concoction. So curcumin boosts the melatonin and serotonin levels in our body, which are the hormones which produce good sleep. So try having 1 cup of warm A2 milk. A2 milk is A2 cow milk is the milk which is very good for us. Add some turmeric. If you can get your hands on Lakadong turmeric, which is the turmeric grown in Meghalaya, that's excellent quality. Otherwise, any good organic stuff you can do. And add a pinch of black pepper to it. Warm it a little bit. Have it as the last drink before going to sleep. And let me know how do you feel. I know a lot of us here sitting on the first row have told me that they've not slept well. Please try it today and do let me know how do you feel. Yes. And the second thing which has really helped me and my clients is something which is known as the left nostril of sleeping. Right? So I would like all of us here to do it with me. What we do is that we close the right nostril. We breathe in for 4 counts from our left nostril. So inhale, hold it for a 6 count, and exhale for 8 counts. That's it. As simple as that. If you feel sleepless, just continuously keep doing it and you will not even realize when you drift off to sleep. I do this quite often. This is again an age-old practice. What it does is that it activates our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the nervous system for relaxation and rejuvenation, and we go off to sleep and we sleep like a baby. Trust me, we do. So with that, we complete the second pillar of health, which is sleep. Apart from this, we need to exercise at least 45 to 60 minutes daily. Now, if the exercise is something which you don't feel that it is an exercise, it becomes very easy to do. A lot of us seated here know that I love dancing. I do love dancing. So for me, that is my go-to. I don't even feel that I am exercising. It is dance for me is having fun. Dance for me is living my life, you know. And actually, I work out without having to work out. So find out a form of exercise, understand yourself, which suits you, which you enjoy doing, and indulge in it completely. Trust me, 45 or 60 minutes a day is too less. You would want to do it much more and gain better health along with having a lot of fun. Yes, and the last pillar, which is our emotional health. We need to prioritize ourselves and love ourselves. We have an excellent speaker here with us, Dr. Sujata Sharma, who is a mental health expert herself. And she will guide us more about mental health. But then, before I conclude my session, I would like all of us here to take a minute. All of us here, please pay attention to me. Just take a minute, and in case you have your mobile phones or you have something to write down, please think and write down one takeaway from this session which you will put into practice, not from tomorrow, not from today, but from now, right now. Would you be having less sugar? Would you be sleeping a little more? Would you be having more of local food? Would you be taking care of your gut? What is it? Is there something which resonated with you? Would you be finding a form of exercise that you love doing? So think about it and write it down and make a promise to yourself that you will follow it. Because see, day one or one day is a choice. It's a choice that we need to make. And we need to understand, is health your choice? So with that thought, I conclude my session. There are certain details on the screen. You can note it down, take a picture. In case you would want me to give you diet and nutrition plans or give health talks, I'm happy. Also, I'm carrying my book, The Fit Foodie.